A recently announced drug bust put 11 people behind bars and took 48,000 fentanyl pills off the streets of our valley. But what looks like progress can sometimes have very unintended consequences. I'm senior reporter Roland Barris for Idaho News 6, and I talked to addiction specialists about the very dangerous time not only for addicts but also our community following a major drug bust.
We've seen about a 10% roughly decrease in fentanyl on the road this year of seizures than we did this time last year, so it's a real positive thing.
Taking dangerous and highly addictive drugs off the streets hardly seems like a bad thing.
Nearly 50,000 fentanyl pills that were seized, any one of which could have contained a lethal dose.
In fact, according to the CDC, fentanyl alone killed close to 74,000 people in the U.S. in 2022.
It's the most cruel, inhumane, insidious industry there is.
But making a huge bust can sometimes have a side effect that most people don't consider.
For me, I found other drugs. when some drugs were taken off the streets, I found other drugs.
Justin Hunter is a recovering addict who's been clean for 21 years. He now helps other addicts get clean. But he and other addiction specialists know the time after a bust can be dangerous.
In the short term, that's what we see, potentially increased illegal activity, a lot of desperate measures.
White, off-white solid is now on the rise. That is the more common form that we're getting in this laboratory.
A recent study by the American Journal of Public Health found fatal overdoses, calls to 911, and the use of the overdose reversing drug naloxone increased in neighborhoods immediately after big drug busts. The study found addicts turned to alternative and unfamiliar drug sources, resulting in more overdoses. Now, you might say that's just the dangers an addict faces. But if you really want to save lives, experts say drug busts help, but they are not the key.
We recognize that the state police, we can't arrest a way out of this problem.
Am I right that basically, given enough time, it all comes back?
It does. It does.
I'm pretty sure when drugs are taken off the streets, there are people that know how to resaturate an area just as fast as it was taken off.
It may not capture the public's attention like a table full of confiscated drugs, but the people I spoke with say the only way to stop drugs is to stop demand. And that means education and treatment, something Hunter knows a lot about.
People that find and look for recovery are not weak. They're warriors. If you're willing to go head to head, toe to toe with your demons, that makes you a tough guy.
Hunter says he's ready to help anyone looking to end their addiction find the services they need. Governor Little says he's doing what he can to improve education, adding another $500,000 to fentanyl awareness in the past legislative session. And I asked him the obvious question. Is that enough?
Probably not.
Meantime, police continue the important and dangerous role of busting drug dealers and confiscating drugs, knowing full well it's only part of the solution. If you or someone you know needs help with addiction, contact Justin Hunter. He wants to help, and he knows how. He's with North Point Recovery, and his email is jhunter@northpointrecovery.com. I'm senior reporter Roland Barris in Boise for Idaho News 6.